Hey friends, we'll be back into this new video tutorial with OSP Pro. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create up your first web app with the Flask. Now for instance, we already happened to install our Flask later on our previous video. Now in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how do we happen to start using up your virtual lens with our Flask we have installed and get started with running up on our first web, like maybe Hello World, onto our web browser. Now this is it. If you look onto this is our file is underneath here, and I think you can see Flask web app. So underneath here, this is it. So this is the file we need. So what I'm going to do, I just need to open up my Sublime text editor to come up with all those. So I'm going to first of all try to close up all what I have here so that I can first remove folder from project. So I'm going to first just remove everything here because I don't need this project now. Yeah, so this project I don't need. So this is it. So this is a Sublime text editor. This is our web app. This is the this Python Flask, and I want this is what I need because this is where our project is going to be. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click here to drag that file there. Oop. So after dragging that file there, I think you can see that I have my stuffs already there, and that's it. Now this is it, my friends. So after doing that one, how do we do our remaining stuff? The remaining stuff is going to be this. We are going to create a new file. I can create it in a name. I can give it maybe Hello World, whatever. So I can just go here and say new file. Underneath here, I'm going to say new file, and I'm just going to be saving it as hello. So I think you can see it directs us to the same directory, but remember it's going to be hello.python, .py, because it's going to be a Python file. Is it okay? So I'm just going to be clicking upon a save here down so that I can save that given file of ours. So I'm going to click here too, and I think you can see the Python file is already there. So that's it. And how do you write a Python in the browser, or how do you write Python, or how do you write up a Python file? Remember, initially whenever you want to write a simple Python program, you just type down as print, and if you're using Python 3, we do that. You can end with the semicolon if you want. You can even use single quote or double quote. So I'm going to use double quote here. Hello, maybe hello world. Now this does not run to the browser, but gives us a chance to run in the CMD. So this is it. This is my CMD. So if I drag this little bit here and I just go down, I think I'm ready to the directory, so I'll just simply say Python, and then I give my project folder, which is the name, which is called hello.py. So when I try to click there, enter, I think you can see it gives me Hello World, definitely. But I want this to run in the browser. I want it to run in our web browser, in the web browser here. Okay, so I want it to run on the browser. So I need it to be on the browser here. So how do you do that? This is how we do it. You have to create your first web. Now to create your first web, we are going to be considering this file, but we now need to import one as the Python. Now we need to import Python to make Python be part of this project, to be part of this Hello World. So I'm going to move that off, or I can comment it down for you guys who may be interested. Okay, so I'm going to just move it off. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to simply say from Flask. What we're going to do, we now need to install import something called Flask. From Flask, import Flask. You get? So what we're trying to do now at the moment, we are trying to now import the Flask, which gives us a chance to start up creating up what we need. So from this, what you have to do, so you have to say from Flask, import Flask, and this is capital F, so make sure you don't mess up with that. So on the other way around, also underneath here, so I'm just going to create up an app. So I'll simply say app equals to app equals to the Flask, which is this one. So you can either use that, or you can even simply say as F, or if you wanted to give a name for that, but this time around I'm just going to use that. So I'm going to simply say Flask like that. So I'm simply say from this Flask here, I'm importing it. So I'm just giving it my app name to be app. You can give it a name, and here I'm calling it one as Flask. Is it okay? So underneath there, what am I going to try and do? I'm going to give up one as a parenthesis a little bit here. So there is going to be having the name of that given app. So it's going to be initializing that a given application. And the next thing, I need to solve something called a router. Where is it going to be passing through? It's like pointing up to the IP address that's going to be pointing to the local host and maybe 500 if that's what you're talking to. So what I'm going to be looking to, I'm going to be looking onto one on us at up. So what do I want now? I want it now to point for me router. So route for me that, and also on the other way around, I'm going to just give there is a /. Now that one is like trying to say by default, is like trying to say guys from index.html, if I told us what your guys doing onto HTML pages or coming up with an HTML, we always leave it by default. So the same thing with our app, we want to be pointing into route.this, and that is the simple way how it's going to be pointing for us into that given application. Now the next thing what I'm going to do is define up a function. Now I'm going to simply say define from a function, and this time around the function name can be home or it can be anything. You can define anything there, and I'm going to pass my parameters inside that given function. Like for instance, I want it to return for me something, like maybe I want it to return for me maybe like hello world. Okay, so if that's the case, I will do like that. So you can either end with your semicolon or you can ignore, because Python take care of that one. Now the next thing that you have to do now at the moment is to also come up with something called one on us passing up the name parentheses. So I'm going to just do that by saying if the function is passed, which this time around is name, like that, and then on the other way around, what do I want? If this I'm going to just quit that, something like little stuff like that. If that thing is passed, what do I want? I want the main function with the name main to be that, to be the one to be passed. If it is passed, we get our parameters down here. So and which parameters are going to be talking? We're going to be looking into our app, which we define the app, which is this, and that's what I'm going to be giving there as app dot one on us the name of the main function, which this time around I want it to be running for me up. So you can simply just end like that, or you can also add on one on us a simple function in Python which enables us to debug. We can set the debug option to be true if it all it may be equals to true, to give us a chance to debug up our given Python program. Okay, so this is it. So if all what you have done is correct, it's going to giving us a chance to run on the browser. And if I save this and I go into our browser here, into our, it's going to give us a chance to launch Python at port of 500, because Python launches by default at port of 500. So if I refresh back my page and I say Python hello world, and I try to click enter, and I hope there's no error, and I think you can see poop, it's booming up into a browser, and now it's giving us by this IP address 127.0.0.1, so then 500. And just like I said to you, now you can either use this 127.0.0.1, or if not so, you can actually decide to use something called localhost, then give that port address. So this is it. So if I come back in our browser and I try to do that, poop, I think you can see I've just launched up my first app name called hello world. So guys, I hope you have loved the video, and I hope I've explained to you to my fullest if possible, so that you guys you can benefit to understand how to write your simple Python script. Don't forget, this one always is like you're trying to import Python in this format. You can either even just decide not to give that and say maybe import it as F, like trying to say maybe from Flask, which is the main Flask, import Flask. There's a module inside Flask which is called Flask, which gives us a chance. So it is that module that will give it here down. So if I refresh that, the same thing, it's going to give us a chance to make our application to work still. Remember, just from doing saving the other side, that implies any changes you make in the application, even here it goes changing. This is what I'm trying to mean. If I go down here and I try to do some changing here, like for instance, I go back here to application, I change those stuffs, and I change those stuff on it. By the time I save, I think you can see it just reloads the application, and reload here, I think you can see it works up. So it is a standalone application, and it gives us a chance to load. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope this video enjoyed it. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, because I'm going to make more videos for Flask. Yeah, thank you for watching.